Miss Renee, what we going up to for next time?
4.
So everything is just good.
Everything through the 4 chamber.
I have a creak in my neck.
So you see it's a little fuzzy across the LV.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first one you want to bring up. Take a little breath in. Why did I change the depth? 3. Okay. I'm going to bring it back down. Sometimes I can move over a little bit, push up. I usually tell a patient, you know, it can be a little uncomfortable. Take a breath in. Eat, wrong button there. And breathe. What am I fixing to interrogate?
The atrial wall. Septum.
I want the best frame rate I can possibly get. So, take a little breath in. Frame rate's 40. Y'all see anything going across?
Mm-mm.
Breathe. From there, my notch is at 3 o'clock. From there, I'm gonna angle, so I'm just gonna start rotating towards her right shoulder. You start seeing the liver come in, okay? Then I'm gonna take my notch with my thumb on it, and I'm gonna start rotating counterclockwise. You'll see it start popping in right here. There's our IVC. What's the little black thing going straight up?
Hepatic.
Hepatics. So, take a picture of that. For the IVC, you always want to show what we call orientation. You want to see that it's actually going into the RA. So when I put color on it, I know. And by the color, I know that I'm in the IVC because it's blue. I can also catch the hepatic right there, and I can actually see at the ostium where it comes into it. Take that picture. When I tell you to, I want you to take a big sniff, okay? It doesn't matter if you do it color, without color, it doesn't matter, it's up to you. I usually do it simultaneously, but this machine I don't. Careful. When I tell you to, take a breath, or take a sniff. All right, big sniff. So what do I tell you guys to always go do? Make sure you caught it on your loops. Because you can see it, but if it doesn't catch in that recording, then you can't assess their rack because you didn't see it collapse. You saw it, but did the doctor see it?
No.
Not unless you prove it. Okay. So also on you guys, you have hepatic. So you're gonna try to get that hepatic open, and I just kind of angled a little bit more to see it bring it in right there. Again, pick your cursor, pulse wave. Show and go, because she doesn't have enough TR to even do it, but I want you guys to know. Also very important, when you bring in the IVC, you want to try to get it elongated. You want to try to see length. I've had people literally get it right here. Does that show me all of it?
No.
No. How do I know if it doesn't dilate a little further out? So you want to rotate enough to where you elongate it, just like that. Okay? I'm going to tell you too, I want you to take a big sniff. Big sniff. We'll see if this one comes in better. It's just timing with this machine. See it collapse? That's what you got to prove. Either it's forward or backwards. You gotta prove that it's collapsed and opened back up on that loop.
Do you do M mode on your IVC?
Good question. If the patient is alert and can understand, I would much rather them take a breath in. People when they do M mode, this is the problem that they have. Okay? Placement. Watch where this picture goes. Take a sniff. Where did it go?
Into the heart.
It went into the right atrium, right? Okay. Big sniff in. Where did it go? It went into the atrium. Can I tell if it actually worked or not?
No.
That's why I don't like M mode. Unless you know what you're doing, you're doing it incorrect. So we're going to try this method. You're going to try to go further out. Take a sniff. Now, because I placed it further out, by the time she sniffed, it didn't come into the RA. It still stayed in the elongated vessel. So now it went from big to little. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about placement. If they don't place it right, then they didn't do it right because it instantly goes into the RA. You've got to place it far enough out to compensate for her sniff so it still stays in the IVC. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If the person can understand your commands, then why not just have them do it like this and save your time? That way you don't have to go back and forth. Because you know what else you have to do in that time? Take a sniff. You know what else you gotta do?
Measure.
You gotta do this. Do I wanna do all this, or can I just say, take a sniff? It's quick and easy, right? And I know that she did it, and I can prove it without doing all this measurement. Have I did it like this? Yes, if a patient can't understand, you got an elderly patient that's just not getting it good enough, or is dilated, they did the best they can. But if I've got somebody alert and orient, then just do it the right way. Measure dimensions, IVC, inner to inner. Typically 2 to 3 centimeters past your ostium. I usually go right past the first hepatic right here. You don't want to measure up against the ostium because a lot of times there's a little pinch right here, right outside the atrium. So I just go out a little bit. That way you get a true measurement. Sometimes I told you guys, sometimes I look at the aorta. It's not in your protocol, but if I needed to and look at it, I could pulse wave it from there. Last. So I don't know what this is. I call it the divot. It's right between your two clavicle. Boom. It's going to be about 1 o'clock. Again, make it bigger. Beautiful. Take your picture. Color. This one don't let you do it as easy as the Phillips. You don't have to move anything with the Phillips. If they had aortic stenosis, guess what? This is your ascending right here. make a continuous wave right there. And there's your velocity because it's going away. And